Hey everyone, it's Jonathan Silva. These are my predictions for the top 5 films at the domestic box office. So, let's get started. Kung Fu Panda 3 will place first this weekend with $35 million. The entire franchise has sort of dipped in terms of how much it made in domestic markets, but in international markets, it's done exceptionally well. Kung Fu Panda 1, which was released back in 2008, earned on its debut weekend $60 million, beating out You Don't Mess with the Zohan. In 2011, Kung Fu Panda 2 earned $47 million, coming in second place to The Hangover Part 2, which wasn't that great. Kung Fu Panda 2 did do exceptionally well in Chinese markets, which led to Kung Fu Panda 3 being animated twice, one for US markets and the other one for Chinese markets. It's actually the first animated film to do so. But saying that, I do feel as though Kung Fu Panda 3 will actually place first this weekend, but won't make as much as the other two Panda films. Second place goes to The Finest Hours, directed by Greg Gillespie and starring Chris Pine, Ben Foster, and Casey Affleck. The film isn't really hinging upon its cast, even though that doesn't necessarily hurt, especially with Chris Pine. The film is basically utilizing its spectacle of an oil tanker split down the middle and all the CGI effects of everything. It's kind of a huge marvel to look at, according to what some critics are saying. Critics are split with it, earning a nice 57% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It looks sort of like, The Perfect Storm that came out back in 1999. That film did do exceptionally well. However, I think this film would do more along the lines of Everest. Everest didn't do so well, not recouping its entire budget back in domestic markets, having to rely on international markets. Will the film recoup its $85 million budget? Maybe give it a few weeks, wait for it to come out in international markets, and I think it could do well, unlike Everest, which underperformed in just its domestic market. 50 Shades of Black will place third with about $13 million. Director Michael Tides and writer and star Marlon Wayans did collaborate on two other past films, A Haunted House and A Haunted House 2, which both did exceptionally well. Both films were made with a budget of under $5 million, and 50 Shades of Black is continuing that trend. What will continue that trend is the amount of money it'll pull in. A Haunted House 1 did do, in its lifetime gross, $40 million, while A Haunted House 2, which actually came out around the same time but 1 year later, kind of underperformed with that but still recouped its budget. It earned $17 million in its lifetime. With this being Marlon Wayans' third independent film away from his family with director Michael Tides, the film won't do well with critics, especially with the sort of potty humor and R-rated comedy that A Haunted House 1 and 2 were known for. I didn't necessarily like those two films. I thought they were really immature and unfunny, and this sort of looks to be in that same camp, except I kind of want to see it, probably. There are some stuff in there that looks funny that kind of pertains to my sort of humor, but who knows? Critics won't like it. Audiences will probably like it to an extent. The Revenant will place fourth with $10 million, losing $6 million from last week. And rounding out the top 5 is Star Wars The Force Awakens with $7 million. Here is the top 5 and how they place. If you want to learn more about some of the in-depth commentary on what will place first and second and whatever, check out the link in the description below. I've been Jonathan Silva. Thank you very much.